Good morning, Pipers. Come on in. Find a spot you like a lot. 1, 2, 3. Find a spot you like a lot. Listen to me. Find a spot you like a lot. 3, 2, 1. Find a spot you like a lot. We always have fun when we're together. Let's start with the day. We know that time keeps passing. Tick, tock, goes the clock. As the time it passes, tick, tock, goes the clock. Every day goes by. We keep turning that calendar over to a new day, getting closer to our fun graduation. And let's check out the day. Yesterday was Wednesday. What comes after Wednesday? If you said Thursday, thankful Thursday with a TH, you are correct. Thursday, Thursday, Thursdays. We're getting to the end of another week. Thursday, Thursday. Thursday's towards the end of another week. And tomorrow, fantastic Friday. We're in double digits. Well, let's take a look at what comes after 10. When there's a 1 in the front seat and a 1 in the back seat, that's the number 11. It really should be 1-teen, but for some reason we call it 11 with a 1 in the front and a 1 in the back. And look what's coming our way, a special day tomorrow. I can't wait. Tomorrow is Fabulous Friday and the beginning of our graduation celebration. How exciting. Friday is when we do our drive-by. We talked about all of the exciting graduation plans for you. We can't wait. And it starts on Friday. Friday is when we are going to get in our cars and drive very far, because some of you live farther from Pied Piper School. So we have to take a map and we have to figure out where everyone lives, just like we did before we found out which schools you went to. We use the map to help us then, and the map's going to help us again. And once we find out where everybody lives, we will have a plan to travel all over Yorktown to go to your house and see you. I haven't seen you in so long. I am so excited. We can't get out of our cars because we still have to social distance unless we have a mask on. So our first event is our drive-by. We'll come to your house in our cars and they'll be all decorated. I can't wait. And we'll come up to your house and beep, 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 and make a lot of noise. And then we have some things for you. The first thing we have is your cap and gown. Now remember, your cap and gown is what you're going to wear for other events here at Pied Piper School. And it's going to fit in this little Ziploc bag. I'm not sure how. We're still trying to stuff it in. There's going to be a cap and a gown in your bag. There's also going to be a balloon attached to it that you can put on your mailbox so everybody knows you're a graduate. And there'll be a special book in there. Remember the book we read the other day? Pied Piper wants you to have this awesome book all about kindergarten. Here I come. That'll all be in this little bag. We're going to stuff it in there. Take the book out. You'll see it's from Pied Piper School. Put the balloon on your mailbox so everyone knows how proud we are. And then take out your cap and gown. Now we tried to make sure that the gowns were the right size. They do come in different sizes, just like clothes and shoes. So we tried to remember who was the tallest. Remember when we did the books on height and weight and eye color and hair color? Well, I tried to remember who was the tallest pre-K and who was in the front row. Remember, we lined up for pictures. Who was in the middle row and who was in the back row, so that your gown will fit you pretty well. But some of the gowns might be too long. So if they are, it's okay for mom and dad to take some duct tape to curl them up a little bit. I don't want you to trip when you're walking, but we'll hope that they're just the right size. Now there's a zipper on the gown. It might be a good idea not to unzip it because some of these zippers are old and it's going to be a lot harder to zip than like your jacket. But you might need some help with mom and dad if it's unzippered. Oh, this one works perfectly. Okay. You're going to try on your gown. Make sure it's not too long for walking. Make sure it's comfy. And practice walking with it, because for the other two events, next Thursday's drive-in ceremony, and Friday's Zoom ceremony, I want you to wear this gown. Underneath it, you can wear spiffy clothes, fancy Nancy clothes, because a graduation is a fancy event, like a wedding or a communion or a family anniversary party. It's a chance to wear your fancy, fancy clothes. I've got to dig mine out of the closet too. And your fancy, fancy shoes. Mine aren't so comfortable, but the ceremonies aren't too long. Do your hair up, fancy, fancy Nancy. You can spike it, you can curl it. I can't wait to see how you look at the drive-in event and the Zoom graduation when you wear your cap and gown. Now remember, the cap is kind of difficult. It's a square. There's cardboard in there that make it flat. And this is the part that goes on your head. It has elastic here, so that you can have a big head or a little head. It will work. But you might need a couple of bobby pins. Mom and Dad might know where the bobby pins are in your house that you can stick in your hair so it doesn't fall off when you're walking. There's arrows. It says mini grad, that's you, graduation cap. There's arrows that say back and, oh, there's the front. There's the front. All right, I want the front. There's the front, the word front. That's where my nose is going to go. My nose is on that front corner, so I'm going to turn it. So there's the front, and the point pokes forward and back. All right, this slides on your head. It even fits my head. All right, slides on your head. There we go. All right, I got it on my head. Feels kind of weird. And we're going to practice the graduation march. Remember, we worked on this the other day. I want you putting this on your head every day. Your gown as well. Get comfortable because it's something we're going to be wearing for 2 ceremonies. And then you're going to practice your step together moves. Now, it's not too hard. I know you can do it because you've learned how to skip. So you certainly can learn step together. All right, can you see my feet? All right. I'm going to step, feet together. Step, feet together. Step, feet together. Step, feet together. Now, when I say feet together, I kind of put my foot down firm and hard, so I know my feet should be together, not apart. We're not going to walk with our feet apart like a mountain. We're going to walk with our feet together. Now, when you take that step, make sure it's not a huge step. No, don't take a huge step. You're going to lose your balance and fall overboard. Make sure it's not a teeny tiny step. It's going to take you forever to get around the coffee table or wherever you're marching in your house. You want it to be a pretty good sized step. I'd say about the size of your hand. Step, feet together. Step, feet together. Step, feet together. Step, feet together. We're going to march all around your house to the song Pomp and Circumstance. That's a very famous graduation song that Kathy's been practicing on her piano so that you look awesome at your graduation. I can't wait. And the fun begins tomorrow, so wait for that honking horn. We'll try to give you an idea of what time we're coming to drop off your cap and gown, the balloon, and your book about kindergarten. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the tassel. The tassel goes on the cap. Now, this was a white cap we used years ago, and this is a blue tassel. You can see it a little bit better. The tassel hooks on that circle. So we have tassels for you. They're white, and they have the year 2020. Now, we're going to try to put the tassel on the cap for you, but it might fall off. So I'm just going to show you how to put it back on if it falls off, or if your brother or sister are playing with it and it falls off. So you just slide the string under the circle, and the tassel goes down. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you how to flip the tassel after you graduate. All right, what fun here at Pied Piper School. And I have a book for you today called Miss Markley Doesn't Live in Room 10. Miss Markley must be the teacher, and she doesn't live in Room 10. Let's find out what happens to Miss Markley, the kindergarten teacher, by Judy Finsler. Pictures by Kevin O'Malley. Miss Markley doesn't live in Room 10. I wonder where she lives. Let's see what happens. Oh, there's the class. Wow, lots of drawings on the board. I know that Miss Markley, my teacher, lives right here at school, in our classroom, room 10. That's where she marks our papers and puts up the next day work and organizes our homework. She eats dinner in the cafeteria, and her table is always the best. After dinner, she plays in the gym with the other teachers. She never forgets her gym clothes. She's ready to exercise. I wonder what the teacher's room looks like. That must be where they all sleep. No wonder kids aren't allowed in there. I'm sure teachers don't want us to see their messy rooms. Room 10 is a great place to live. It's near the best water fountain in the whole school, the only one that squirts up lots of water. And the boys' room is right across the hall. The girls' room isn't too far away either. Last week, Miss Markley came to our apartment house with a mountain of boxes. Mom says she's going to live here, right here, in the same apartment complex that I live in. A few days ago, when Mom and I baked cookies, she asked me to bring some upstairs to Miss Markley. I told her I needed a pass. She said, "No, you're not in school." Before I knocked, I spit out my gum just in case. When she opened the door, she gave me a great big hug. Then I saw her feet. Miss Markley had no shoes or socks on, or even slippers. I could see her toenails, and they were bright red. "Here's some cookies Mom made for you, Miss Markley." I felt my cheeks getting just as red as Miss Markley's toes. That very same day, I spotted her throwing out her garbage. She throws out garbage? She never does that at school. The custodian throws out the garbage. On Saturday, I saw people going to Miss Markley's apartment. She was having a party, and it wasn't even someone in the class's birthday. I told everyone in my class that our teacher doesn't live in room 10. Some of them still believe me, so I had to show them. I like having Miss Markley live in the same apartment building as me, but I wouldn't see her so much when I go to the first grade. Next year, I'll have Mrs. Boba. Mrs. Boba doesn't live in my building, so she must live in room 12. What a great story. The teachers live at school. No, they have a house just like you, and I'll be seeing you at your house tomorrow.